Good morning to everybody. It's another beautiful day. We find in Torah the one most successful person was Yosef HaTzadik. No matter how many hardships he went through the life, the Torah still calls him the most successful, Ish Matzliach, the most successful man in history. What made Yosef so successful? He became a ruler over the ruler over the Egypt. He saved millions of people from the hunger. He knew how to store up the food properly. Even though Yosef went through a lot of hardship, as a young boy, Yosef lost his mother. Rachel, his mother, passed away while giving birth to Binyamin. So Yosef grew up, basically was raised without a mother. He was sold. He was thrown to the pit by his brothers in the age of 17. Then he was sold to strangers. Then from one galut to another galut. He was resold a few times. He ended up being in Egypt. No connection to his family. He didn't even know how to get back home. Then he ended up being in Potiphar's house. Potiphar's wife tried to seduce him. And eventually, Yosef did not want to commit a sin. He ended up being in jail for many years. So one after another, there's a lot of hardships Yosef went through. And there's more. It still did not break him. Imagine Yosef sitting in a jail, Potiphar's, by not having a relationship with Potiphar's wife. He's ended up being in jail. Imagine sitting in jail and Yosef thinking like, I wish I would have done Avera and I wouldn't end up being in jail. But that was not the thinking of Yosef HaTzadik. Yosef felt and realized everything is the master plan of Hashem. No matter what Hashem does, it's all for our best. It's all for good of us, as long as you're living the life in the right way. Yosef never had a regret. I wish I would never go visit my brothers. I want to do mitzvah of visiting my brothers as my father sent me, and my brothers threw me into the pit. That's how I end up being in a strange land now. When we live a life of regret, when we live a life of self-pity, it takes a lot of our focus. It takes a lot of our energy. So we cannot move on, focus on further in life. Yosef never even thought of he never even remind himself or rewind his mind all the hardships of his life, that he could have had self-pity. But the Satan comes with self-pity. The worst enemy is self-pity. When the person starts feeling bad for themselves, like, I can't believe this. Imagine Yosef would go through self-pity. I was born and my mom passed away young. I didn't have a nice childhood and my brothers betrayed me. And he could have a lot of different stories, as we all do. We feel bad for ourselves every single day, sometimes every single moment. That's what makes us fail in life. We cannot move in life unless you have a positive focus. If always living life of a past already history, it's gone. Nothing could be done about it. If you could fix it, change it, fix it, the past. But nothing could be done. Focus, move on in life. Be grateful. Yosef was always grateful. He was always happy. No matter where he ended up, he was always grateful. He ended up being thrown into pit. He was okay with it. He was happy with it. He accepted it. He was resold a few times. He accepted it. He ended up being in Egypt. He accepted it. Being in jail, he didn't know he's going to come out of the jail. Like anybody else that goes to jail by Paro, they stay there forever till they die. He didn't have a chance, hope of coming out. But still, he was so happy. He accepted it. So that's what made Yosef very matzliach, successful. He was strong and successful than anybody in our history. He never lived a life of self-pity. Never lived a life of self-regret. Because that comes Satan. Hashem never gave permission to Satan to hurt us physically. Satan cannot break our arm or leg or hit us, punch us. He was never given permission. But he could play with our minds. Only if you allow it. By what? By practicing more. The more we practice self-pity, the more by feeling bad for ourselves, the more we practice regret, we fall into the hands of Satan. Because we already let him come inside of us. Then he plays with our mind. Then we start failing in life, because self-pity takes a lot of energy, makes people depressed, makes people stressed, makes people anxiety. So always, let's learn from Yosef. No matter what hardships, what challenges we go through in life, always positive about it, find something good in it, and see it in a positive perspective. Move on in life, not living life of past. Everybody should have a blessed day.